on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker, and I've got a wonderful show for you today. And we're going to start with volunteerism. How important is it? It is the foundation for getting our dogs adopted. Fosters, volunteers from shelters, from rescues, it all ties in together. As I have heard, it all takes a village. Welcome, Pat White. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
Good to see you. Barbara Lewis, always good to see you.
I'm always glad to be here.
And
Barbara has a One Pet no, that's our sponsor. We have ARC, and Pat, you have worked with them for a long time. You've been volunteering for a long time. How long
I have? I hate to even think about how many years I've volunteered, but Barbara and I, we've known each other for probably 30.
Well, how we met is volunteering with Caring Terriers.
With Caring Terriers, which is what you have here. And I see his lovely little thing over here. Let's see what this says. Yes, this little bandana says adopt me. So this is a baby who needs adoption. And what is the rescue that this baby is with?
He is with All for One Rescue. They do Pomeranians, but they also do senior dogs. And Ollie comes into that category. He's 10 years old, but you would never guess it.
Yes, you are precious.
To
he
look
says,
at
hey,
him.
I'm much younger than that. Goodness gracious.
In fact, I met Ollie at the dog jog, and he did the 3K with his foster mom.
I love it. I love it.
And still had energy to spare.
So, that's wonderful. Well, they are excellent dogs, guys. They really are. They really bond with their owners. This one is looking for a family, so please consider him. And his name is Ollie? Ollie. Okay. Well, we have some treats for Ollie today. And actually, we have something else too. We have gotten you here under pretenses of being a volunteer for this rescue for Caring Terriers, when actually Barbara came up with the idea of giving you a bigger accolade. So we would like to present you with a plaque which says, Dog Talk TV honors Patricia White, who for many years as a trainer has educated countless numbers of dog owners to become more responsible for and more connected with their dogs, enriching the lives of both. We further applaud Pat's volunteerism in so many venues of pet advocacy. Her rescue efforts have especially saved the lives of so many dogs of the noble Caring Terrier breed. Congratulations, Patricia White. We so admire your heart, your mind, and your spirit. You are a hero to us all.
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting.
Well,
I'm just overwhelmed right now.
Well, you know, it's long overdue.
Yeah.
Right, it is.
Thank
And
you.
the other thing about volunteers is so many people, when they call up and they want to volunteer, but they only want to volunteer with dogs. And Pat comes to our office every week for 4 hours.
Every time I'm there, she's there. Every event I go,
And
bless your heart, we admire you so much.
no matter what we need,
Pat White.
sometimes it's dusting books, folding brochures,
She does everything.
answering the phone.
Goes 120%. And this is what
Absolutely.
Barbara told us, and this is why we are honoring you today. God bless you for everything that you have done, everything that you have done.
We really appreciate it. And you know, volunteers that do that don't really know how valuable their time is to us.
And you know, it is. They are so valuable. As I say, the foundation for all of saving of the lives of dogs. We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be right back.
One Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. One Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
So, Julie Banks, you're with us today. I am delighted. So it's been how long now with this Oklahoma Animal Shelter?
So I've been here for about 5 months, and it's been a really amazing couple of months of learning all about the community and specifically the animals in the community.
A roller coaster ride, I would imagine. And who is this precious pup?
So this is my little girl. Her name is Bobby, and I just wanted to bring her because I wanted to show how wonderful shelter animals are. She's adopted from the shelter, and today she actually is a therapy dog. So you can get amazing animals at the animal shelter.
Oh, there is no question about that, and that is the important thing, folks, that all of the little animals that you see that we've had on our show, most of them are rescue dogs. Most of them are dogs that have been abandoned or neglected, this sort of thing, and people are so wonderful about going to the shelters and getting these dogs. Now, this is obviously, how old is she?
She's 3 years old.
She's 3 years old.
And you know, people often think that an animal is in an animal shelter because there's a problem with the animal. And often it's because there is some sort of a breakdown in the family that forces that animal to end up at the shelter. Well, so these are amazing expats that just need somebody to love them.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the thing, for circumstances that we don't know about. It's an X factor with them. I wish they wouldn't do it, but by the same token, when they do, there are plenty of people to come in and say, that is a precious dog, which she really is. So she's a good citizen now.
She is a canine good citizen, and she is also a certified therapy dog.
There you go. So she can take hold and do that kind of thing. She has a puppy look to her, doesn't she?
She does, but she is definitely an adult, and she lives at home with another dog and a kitty, and they're a nice little tight-knit family.
I can imagine. Well, you know, I had some questions for you because you've been here long enough to kind of get a view, an overview of what's happening in our state. And I know that you're a straight talker, so I'd like to discuss some issues. I'm going to throw some little words out to you, and you tell me about these. Funds.
Funds are difficult. It takes a lot of money to care for the over 24,000 animals that come through our door every day.
It isn't easy.
It
and
isn't
you know,
easy.
Speaking of that, I think she probably wants to take a walk. You want to let her down, let her go see?
You want to go take a walk?
You want to go see somebody?
Okay.
She says, yes, you are so cute. You are so cute. Yes. Now she says, I'm a little bit happier.
I'm going to stay with you.
Yes, she said, and she'd be well to do that since I have 8, you know.
There you go.
You want to get her, okay. Well, she says that, the producer says just keep her here maybe, but I'm going to, okay, we'll let her go and let her walk around. Because it's a, she says she thinks she might do it.
She says I'm going to go visit everybody because that's what I do is I visit.
Funds are not easy to come by, and we know that. So the city gives you some because this is a city-run organization, right?
So we have a $4 million budget, but it certainly takes more than $4 million for us to address the issues in the community. So we also accept private donations from individuals, and there's been some great people out there who've been willing to support our spay-neuter efforts and support some of the extra things that we do to go above and beyond for the animals in our care. And we encourage more people to get involved, of course, so that we can even do more.
Rescues.
We are all about partnerships. And we can't do things in a bubble. We have to all work together to really make a difference for these animals and for the people in the community. So we have a lot of transfer partners who work with us to look at the animals in our building and see if they can transfer them into their program, and then we help support some of the things that they do, and it's really all about collaboration, partnership, and I think that's the better way for us to make a difference in this community.
Oh, absolutely, and I have noticed, because I know every rescue and shelter that's in this state. I make it my business to connect with them, and most of them are a little, how shall I say, persnickety about sharing. You know, but everyone thinks they do everything the right way, and that other shelter not so much, or the other rescue not so much. And I think this is a human nature kind of thing. Everybody wants to control a situation, which is for us going to be in perpetuity. We're going to have a series of animals out there on the streets. We're going to have a series of problems. So we do need to get together. How can we do that? How can you do that to bring the rescues together?
Well, right now we have over 100 partners who are working together, and we all have a common goal. The goal
have you
is to
reached
save
out
lives.
to them? Have you talked with them?
Oh, I've personally reached out through email and through Facebook and through one-on-ones and through meetings with many different partners. Some partners were more apt to want to talk to me, and other partners aren't. We have 4 or 5 partners who are our main transfer groups who take the majority of the animals from us. So obviously we spend a little more time connecting with those groups than others. But you know, we are the hub of where animals come into in Oklahoma City.
Exactly.
We're the only animal shelter that accepts any animal that comes through our door. So we look at ourselves as a hub and almost like the center of the wheel. And then every other group group is part of that wheel, and with us working together, but if one of those things are broken, then the wheel doesn't work. So we have to really all work together, and we look at it as who can we work with, whether it's a transfer partner or whether it's an educational organization or a trainer or a veterinarian or any other type of group or an individual like you to get the message out there so that we can make a difference.
Exactly.
So we don't really try to subscribe to any of the drama. What we look at is what our goals are, and we try to work with everybody and meet them where they are.
Very well put. Very well put. All right, here's one that has not been discussed for a while: hoarders.
Hoarders.
What is a hoarder?
So a hoarder there is actually a diagnosis, a psychological diagnosis called a hoarder. And it is generally a situation where there is somebody who has a lot of animals and is unable to care for those animals, but they are doing it in a way where it is almost like an obsessive compulsive type situation.
And it becomes very detrimental to the animals because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
They cannot take
you know
care
what,
of them.
It's detrimental to both the animals and the people.
person.
And that's what we look at when we are looking at hoarders. We could probably be called out to a hoarder situation twice a week, every week. So 52 weeks of the year.
So what would you say to a person who is gathering them? Can they stop? Is it a compulsion that they can't control?
It is different for every person. However, it is generally something, if it is a true hoarder, there is some sort of psychological diagnosis that attached. So they need a couple of things. They need psychological intervention. They need the law to say you can't have another animal.
How many is too many?
It depends on the person, and it depends on your acreage, and it depends on your financial means, and
So
it depends on whether they're spayed or neutered.
Yeah, 4 dogs in the city is considered, that's it.
You are legally allowed to have 4 dogs and 4 cats in Oklahoma City. So that right there, if you go above that, you're in violation of the law.
Exactly.
Now that doesn't mean you're a hoarder.
Yeah. But it could work into that if you're, you know.
It
just
can, but a
depends.
hoarder is really sometimes tend to use that word hoarder for anybody who has too many animals, and
But,
that's not
you're talking
necessarily
about
a hoarder.
100 sometimes, 50,
We're-
75.
We're talking about a couple of hundred
Wow.
sometimes, and it's something that it's a whole show you can do just on hoarders, really.
Well, we appreciate so much you coming in and filling us
you.
in on these different things, because they are problems, and we know that you are working so hard to solve all the problems that we have, and God bless you for that.
Thank you.
You're a
and-
wonderful
and
person.
Thank you. And again, any way anyone can help by becoming a volunteer or a foster parent, donating to help our cause, adopt, or even most importantly, be a responsible pet owner so the animals don't come into our shelter in the first place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
One Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. One Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Is this a gorgeous dog or what? This is Zorro, and he is a very special breed. Are you a handsome boy? Such a special boy. This little dog is a American Bully breed, and it's a fairly new breed. So, Natalie Owen, you work at the Westlake Animal Hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was over there one day, and this is your dog. You had this dog, and I went, oh my gosh. I got to have that dog on. He was so sweet. We were videoing, actually, Dr. Jones, and he was lying there, and Dr. Jones says, don't worry about it, we'll just step across him. So I took that as to having a great temperament. Now these dogs, I know that they are not registered with AKC, they are ABKC, which is the Bully Breed Registry, and I was so impressed with him. I did a lot of research on it, and he really meets the standard for this dog. Now they're a combination of what?
A pit bull and an American Staffordshire Terrier.
Yes, and the Staffordshire Terrier is a wonderful dog too, as a matter of fact. He looks they have a little bit of look of like the Dog de Bordeaux to me. They have that strong look, but they are so gentle and so kind. Yeah. And I understand, I was very impressed to find out that there is a code of ethics for these dogs, and in order to register your dog with this particular thing, you have to sign a registration that says you will, what? What do you know anything about these? It's amazing to me. You have to you believe and accept that this breed and its welfare are of paramount importance and supersede any other commitment to American Bully. This is the thing. I've never seen when you register a dog, and with AKC, you don't have to go through all that. You just say, hey, this dog is a purebred.
Yep.
But this is a purebred. In order to register them as a purebred, you have to sign affidavits like this. And you have to, if you're going to breed them, they have to pass the temperament test.
Yes.
Oh, this is huge. This is huge. And to combine the bully breeds, you know, like this with the pit bull and the Staffordshire, it can't do anything but produce a wonderful dog. You know, the kind of dog, everybody loves the face of a bully. We always say they look human. You know, they have that look in their eye that I just love. And this one is so sweet. Toro, are you sweet? Yes. Oh, you are so sweet. You're a good kissy boy. Yes, you are. And God bless the bully breeds. I am so pleased that you brought him in.
Thank you
so
very much
do you
for
plan
having
to breed him, or are you going to?
I don't. I don't plan on breeding them.
You're going to show him?
He has shown in the past.
Yes.
But I don't think we'll continue that much more.
So he is a companion dog.
Yeah.
Which
He's
is what
my
they
pet.
were. Well, this is, and I am told this is what this breed was bred to be.
Yeah.
So God bless you for doing it. Can I have one more kiss? Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Natalie, for
Thank
bringing
you.
you in. I
Thanks
love
for having
introducing new breeds, and this one is remarkable. I just love this dog. I just love you, Zorro. If I didn't have 8 others, yes, if I didn't have 8 others, I would take you in an instant, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be back.
And now, from the producer's corner, Janice Cranmer.
Okay, if you're like me, you're probably wanting to capture the perfect image of Mr. Duke or your fluffy friend, right? We've got Pam here to help us out. Pam, it seems impossible for me to get my dog to stand still. How do you do this stuff?
Well, it takes a great deal of patience, and oftentimes it really takes another person to help out. In our particular situation, we have a lot of volume that comes through, and so we have to be able to do this as quickly as possible. So we've designed a set in which we can tether our pets in place. We use lots of treats, we use lots of noise, we use lots and lots of patience.
A lot of patience, as you're probably seeing from some of that footage there. And you're here at One Pet Emporium, but you guys go out and do other events. Can people say, hey, maybe I want to have a party. Can I contact you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we have a photo booth now that we're going to be utilizing for people and their pets. So if they have an event or a birthday party or something like that, we could actually use the photo booth.
How fun! That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the teamwork that you mentioned that goes into this situation. You've got some shirts made because this is a whole production to get a dog's to stand still, correct?
Pretty much, pretty much. Yes, I work with my daughter, Chandel, and she is the one who actually makes the magic. She works with the pets. She helps to calm them down. She gives them their treats. She gets them to look the right way, to sit the right way. I oftentimes give direction, but I just take the photos. But it's all in the timing for me. I have to be able to make the right kind of sounds at the right time in order to get them to look a certain way so that I can capture it at that moment that I see it.
And see the perfect smile.
Yes.
So if you want to capture the moment, and who doesn't, come and see Pam and Chandel at One Pet Emporium, and we'll post their contact information on our social media page at facebook.com/dogtalktv. Thanks for watching.
Here we go. It is the trainers' time. This is our day that we always interview all the trainers, and they give us answers to the questions that you ask us. So today we have, of course, Rusty Rasmussen. How are you?
I'm great.
And you are with the Canine Sports Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
How's your mom?
She's doing great.
Good. That's excellent. Annabelle, how are you, my dear?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Excellent trainer. How are the governor's dogs?
They're doing great.
And we have Christy Walker with us today. Christy, I have known you for a long, long time. I am so glad that you finally came in.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you know, you used to be big in the Rotties. You used to have a Rottweiler. Miss my Rottweiler, something terrible. But yeah, exactly. An excellent trainer. So we are very pleased that you guys are with us today. And we did have some questions. So I am going to kind of throw these out. Whoever wants to answer them, you can let me know. Let's talk about stress triggers, things that trigger stress in your dogs that maybe we're doing. Who would like to address this one?
Oh, everybody looks at me.
I guess it's passed to you. So what happened? How do we create a stress in a dog?
Oh, we can create stress in our dogs in very many ways. I mean, one of the most common ways that we create stress in our dogs is just by our reaction to stimulus. And our dogs see us reacting in a negative, scary way, and they perceive that as a threat upon themselves and react to that in order to guard us from being.
Yeah, and of course we know that dogs study us and read us with our body language. So if we're tense, or if our voice goes high or low, or we get angry and things like this, it can cause stress in those dogs. It can make them very stressful. So let me ask you another one. Separation anxiety, that is a biggie. We get calls from you guys all the time about separation anxiety, and these generally are people who work during the day, or they are gone a lot and this sort of thing. Who would like to address this one?
They're looking at me, so I think it's my turn.
This be you.
Well, sometimes it's our own attitude about leaving our dog there ourselves. We have a lot of anxiety about leaving the dog all day alone, and the dog picks up on it. The dog also watches your behavior when you're getting ready to go. We're very regimented people.
Right.
And we do things, even when we think we're randomly the same. And so they watch and they see all the cues that you're about to go.
So you pick up your purse, you put on your makeup,
Right,
or with a
grab your
man he puts on a
keys.
coat that it's different from then lounging around the house.
Different shoes. I used to have a dog that always checked the shoes,
Yeah.
because certain shoes
So
never
what can we
stayed
do
home.
then to alleviate that?
Well, what I like to do when I have one that's like that, I like to make my routine. I have to concentrate, because I will do everything exactly like I always do it, but do it a little bit different. Maybe go out of the house just a minute, come back in instead of going. Make it different. And also, a lot of it has to do with how you greet the dog when you come in. If you're overly excited when you do come home from work, it can set them up to be very anxious.
So those are good
calm.
points. Now, and I understand too, because you have told me one time that when you're leaving, you never say, "Oh, Sally, I'm so sorry that I'm going to be gone, but I'll be back." So you just treat it, as you say, as a routine.
Just neutral.
Yeah, if nothing's going on here. Now, how about putting them in a certain place?
I like to do that. I train my dogs and keep them there so that they're safe, or just a room anywhere.
A room that, yes,
is separate maybe from the rest of the house.
So then tell me about, you have now gotten into the position of being the final question here.
Great, I'll be more than happy to.
Since the others have passed it along. The ladder of aggression, I call this the ladder of aggression. How can you read aggression in a dog that is going to end at that particular episode or that particular point of his life in being aggressive?
We had a really good conversation earlier. We don't like to use the term aggression because it's reactive. Because the dog doesn't plan on being aggressive. It's purely a reaction, and it's based on your own fear. And a dog as a pack member, if you're the pack leader, they are going to protect you. And they assume that other stimuli is going to hurt them, and they are reacting to that. They are protecting you. They
Give
are
me an
acting
example.
that way. Even if you walk outside and you are fearful that your dog might attack the other dog, they sense that fear. Dogs have the ability to read things that we don't as humans, and you're worried and you're tensing up. Well, guess what? They're going to be worried, and you are giving them the go-ahead to be aggressive towards that other dog or person.
So if they're on a leash
through.
and the leash gets tense, they feel this, and they feel the tension through here.
So you're giving, as Christy said earlier, you're giving them the okay to act that way. It's really
You're like backup for them?
Yeah.
Do they consider it like backup?
No.
Well, no, not really backup.
Not really backup.
Not really backup, but it's more like we've given them the okay to go ahead and react. You know, we've told them that all they're doing is reacting to an outside stimulus. If you perceive that outside stimulus, like you said, walking out the door and greeting a strange dog, you perceive that outside stimulus
what
as
are
a threat.
some of the perceptions then on watching your dog and his body language? How can you tell that he's getting that way, Rusty?
Well, clearly his ears are going to go up or lay back. It really depends on your dog. Hopefully you have a good idea of your dog's reaction. So they're going to change. Of course, they might snarl. They might, their hackles might come up. The best thing I can tell you is to break that. You either have to turn away, you have to separate that dog's attention, like looking at the camera. If they are zoned in on that aggressive action, you have to be able to break that in any manner you can to put a barrier in between that and what could happen.
And we do know that the other dog's reaction can change your dog's reaction very, very quickly. If the dog feels the aggression and wants to aggress, it exacerbates what your dog is feeling. If the dog is an easygoing, yawns, turns, lies down, it makes your dog a little less stressed.
Well, and
way.
I was going to say, some of those signs, very subtle signs that we see in our dogs that we miss so often might be things like lip licking or yawning or laying down. I try to tell people that anything you might see as a common behavior that's being exaggerated by your dog is a signal that he's being stressed out by something in the environment.
So I think what I hear you saying, Rusty, then is, and all of you, turn away. Interfere with this feeling that he has by taking some action, turning away, walking the other way. What are some of the other things you can do?
Well, that flips their brain too. It flips them from their animal reaction into their thinking mind more when you move them and get them to do some behaviors they know, get their mind off of it.
So let me ask you, is socializing a good thing?
Socializing is a great thing. Again, I wish we could record some of our previous discussions we had, because if you don't socialize your dog when you first get it, you just can't take it and put it in the middle of a busy room. You have to take steps.
You can't take it to the dog park and put him
you just
loose and
can't
hope he
take it
has
to
a
the
good
dog
time.
park and everything's going to be fine. There are steps you can take to slowly integrate your dog in a social environment.
Okay, give me the steps.
I like to tell people, take them to PetSmart, but don't take them inside. You take them to the outside door 20, 30 feet away and just let them watch.
Or don't take them at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon when everybody else is there.
9 in the morning, or you take them at off-peak times. Or if you're going to run to the store, let them take a quick trip to the store, not a 4-hour drive around town, and get them used to that little differences in your schedule.
So that it doesn't become anything huge, like going to the vet. It becomes something that is so natural and they are relaxed about, and that makes a difference. So dog parks.
I've got mixed emotions about dog parks.
Okay.
I love the dog park for the dogs who love the dog park, because it's a great outlet for them and it gives them an opportunity to be a dog. But I don't enjoy the dog park because of the people who don't know their dog, and their dog may not be suited to that high energy of an environment.
Very
And
high
don't
energy.
watch their dog
Yeah,
either.
what do you think, Annabelle?
It can be all right, but most people don't watch their dog. They're visiting, and things happen.
Yeah, I always worry about dogs that don't have their vaccinations or don't have, the proper ways of greeting another dog. What do you think, Rusty?
The final problem about dog parks are the children.
That's a big issue.
The children that come with their family, and then they're running up to other dogs that may react differently. You can get into a problem as
and
well.
I've had several viewers call me and say, you know what, I like dog parks, but the kids, it's not a kid park, it's a dog park.
It's a dog park,
So people ought to put their kids on leashes. We've had a great discussion, guys, and I appreciate it so much. It's always so educational and so helpful. If you have a question, for goodness sakes, let us know. We've got some experts here that can let you know how to handle them. We've had a great time, so keep in touch. We'll see you next week. You guys did a great job. Thank you.